Mommy Does Yoga and Yoginiology.com. This is just a nice little workout for strengthening the upper body while we're pregnant. So nothing too intense, but a good way to keep some muscle tone and to feel like we're doing something, which is always good. So I'm currently 38 weeks pregnant. If you are a little, not as far as long, a little smaller than I am, you might be able to do a little more or go a little deeper in some of them, and I'll explain that as we go. But always be mindful of listening to your body, especially while you're pregnant, and knowing when to stop. That's a good thing. Don't feel like you need to push through anything at any time. So again, just a quick little yoga arm strengthening for the mommies to be. So we're going to begin just standing. You want your feet at least hip width apart. If you are as far along as I am, maybe even a little wider. So you can bend the knees just a little bit, just to give you a little bit more support. And we're going to start with one of the best arm strengthening exercises, in my opinion, that we can do. So you're going to reach your arms out to the sides, pretend you have two doorknobs in your hands, and you're just going to begin to take your doorknobs and turn them back and forth. So it starts out feeling like, ah, I got this, and then if you're like me anyway, after a little bit, not too long, it starts to feel really difficult. So the main things you want to keep in mind here: can you keep the jaw soft? Can you keep the back of the neck nice and soft? Stay with your breath. And then if you need to stop, you stop. Take a rest, and you can always come back to it. You can speed it up a little, slow it down. But this is great for prepping for after you have the baby too. Strengthening these muscles in our arms right now will help you when you're breastfeeding. It'll help you carrying the car seat to and from the car, holding the baby all the time, putting them in the crib, all those lovely things. So not just during pregnancy, but after. This can be really helpful. I'm starting to feel a burn. I don't know about you. Do a few more. Maybe pick it up. Good, and then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll come back to those, but we'll take a little break. So we're going to straighten the legs. Go ahead and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale with your feet at least hip width apart, maybe a little wider. Bend the knees and bring the hands down to the mat. Now again, if you're not as far along as I am, you might be straight-legged with the hands on the floor. If you're a little tighter in the hamstrings, blocks can be really useful here. Good. So we're going to carefully step back and come onto all fours. So if you're familiar with yoga, Chaturangas is something that we do a lot in a vinyasa flow class. When you're pregnant, it's not really a good idea to do a ton of Chaturangas. So we're just going to do kind of a modified version of them here. So we're going to stay on the knees, walk the hands back, allow the chest to come forward a bit. Take a deep inhale, exhale, bend the elbows, and then inhale, press yourself back up, right? So depending, again, on how far along you are, you might be able to come down a little further, and you might be able to do more than one in a row. If you're like me right now at this point, one is about good, and then you'll need to take a break. So again, just look forward, bring the chest forward, elbows stay really close by the ribs, come down as far as your belly or your arms will let you, press yourself back up, and then come back. Let's see if we can do at least two more. Inhale, come forward, exhale, bend and lower, inhale, press back up, sit back. What the heck? Let's do two more. Come forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. Exhale, back. One more time. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, elbows stand close. Press yourself back up, and then come back. Good. So we'll come into a child's pose here for just a moment. If you don't need it, take it, because it still feels good, right? So you're going to take your knees wide, feet together, let the hips come back, and then start to walk the hands forward, forehead down. So right now my belly is touching the mat. There's not a lot of weight on it. I'm not compressing the belly. If you feel like you have too much compression in the belly though, you can keep the head elevated, maybe by placing it on a block or a pillow. Just give the arms a little break. Stay here for as long as you want or you need to. And then inhale, bring yourself to all fours. We'll come into downward facing dog, which is a really nice way to strengthen the arms. So you'll spread the fingers wide, have them at least shoulder width apart. Tuck the toes, and with an inhale, lift yourself up and back. So feet at least hip width apart. When you're as pregnant as I am, you'll want them even further. Spread the fingers wide. You're really pressing into the hands, bringing the ears by the biceps. And you're not dropping in the shoulders. So if you see that right there, that's not going to get you strength. So you're lifting and really rooting down through the hands. So not here, here. You want to stay here for a few more breaths. If this feels like a lot of work, drop the knees, rest when you need to, and come back up when you're ready. Inhale, we're going to come forward again. Exhale, bring the knees down. Let's see if we can do 5 more Chaturangas modified. Right, inhale, look forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. Bring the hips back. Rest as long as you need to. When you're ready, second, come forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up and back. So know how my elbows are staying in close. My belly might skim the mat. Coming back, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Good. Come forward. Last one. Lower down. Inhale up. Press back. Take a child's pose again. You may need it, you may not. Take it either way. Feels good. And then go ahead and bring yourself back up into that down dog. So index fingers parallel with the long edges of the mat. Feet nice and wide. No compression on the baby whatsoever. See if you can hold this for a few more breaths. Drop the knees when you need to. From here, we're going to inhale, come forward to plank pose. So a tiny, 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 tiny bit of core work, but mainly working on the arms. So instead of collapsing here, which is no-no, lift up, push through the hands, inflate the area between the shoulder blades. Exhale, bring the knees down, rest as you need to. See if we can get back up into plank one more time. Tuck the toes. Inhale, lift up. Face relaxed. If at any time your breath starts to get really labored, you know you need to stop. Lower the legs down. Downward facing dog. Last one. Feet wide. Nice strong arms. Good. And then really carefully, feet stay wide. Start to walk yourself up to the top of the mat. And press yourself up to stand. So I told you we were coming back to those arm circles. Here we go. So just as we were, feet wide, at least as wide as hips, maybe wider. Little bend in the knees. Arms out to the sides. Take your doorknobs. Here we go again. Keep the face relaxed. Arms really strong. And again, rest when you need to. And you could do this sitting down, right? You don't have to do this standing. If you're feeling a little more tired, which is totally normal these days. 10 more like this. Then keeping the arms wide, start to take them in circles. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 the other way. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. You've got it in you, one more round. Last thing. Arms out to the sides. Back and forth at the doorknobs. How are you doing? Good. Circles. 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. If that wasn't enough for you, do it again. That was plenty for me today. So those are some great exercises. Again, do as many as you can or feel as you should. Always be listening to your body. Remember that pregnancy is something totally different. Even if you've been pregnant before, this time around is definitely a different experience. So just do what you can. When you feel like you want a little bit of workout, come to these poses. When you feel like you need rest, check out mommydoesyoga.com and find some of our restorative videos. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.